Let's start with the Big 12 bowl performances.
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I think it goes back to really what the perception was, and I don't know that you and I disagreed with the perception, but that the Big 12's down. This
Right.
isn't this 2019 was not the Big 12 of 2018, was not the Big 12 2017, was not the Big 12 2016. This was a down year, and it goes back to here's what it goes back to. Kyler Murray is in Arizona. Will Grier is in the NFL. Dana Holgerson is in Houston, Texas. Cliff Kingsbury is at Arizona. You know, your star running backs, your star wide receivers. You had very little star power at the quarterback position. You got a bunch of up-and-coming talent at the wide receiver position, a bunch of up-and-coming talent. The best offensive line in all of the Big 12 this year was in Ames, Iowa. That just this year across the board was a down year for the Big 12. And when we did our bowl previews,
when we did a season preview, Matt, it went back that far.
Well, I'm just saying when we did the bowl you're right. When we did the season preview, talking about it being a down year, but I said, and I don't think you disagreed, this is a tough bowl draw for the Big 12.
I don't usually agree with you, so
I know.
Probably disagreed with it.
You probably disagreed with it.
No, I don't remember. I honestly don't even remember having that conversation. But we talked about the shift in philosophy that the running backs were going to take center stage. We talked about the youngness at quarterback, the lack of experience across the board, despite having guys like Brock Purdy who had a year starting under his belt. We talked about the coaching changes that were taking place at Texas Tech, at West Virginia. Of course, teams got some surprise wins here and there, but ultimately there was a lot of turnover, not just on the field, but with the coaching staffs as well. You ultimately have this recipe for disaster. The Big 12 could have simply imploded at that point in time, and I don't know if they would have been absorbed by another conference, but that's a talk for another time.
No, that's not. That's ridiculous. Here's the thing. Here's my parting shot on the 2019 college football season. If there was a year for Texas to jump up and grab a hold of the Big 12 again, it was 2019.